Alright guys, I am back with another wrestling review, and this is for Resistance Pro. Now Resistance Pro is a company started by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, and I read the results of what happens on the shows, but I never actually watched any of the shows until they put up the first episode for their TV taping on their YouTube channel. So apparently they have a TV show that airs in Chicago where the company's based, and they put the first episode up for free. You can check it out on their YouTube channel, Real Resistance Pro, and it's about an hour long, and I thought it was decent. I really just wanted to make this video to give anybody else a heads up who may not know about this company and who's interested in it, because it does have a lot of indie guys. It has some names on there: the Briscoes, Generico, I think they had X-Pac, I know they had X-Pac, Vader, Rhino. Who else has been on here? Samurai Del Sol, I believe I saw him in a montage. Icarus from Chikara. So they have a lot of indie talent guys, and their heavyweight champion is Harry Smith. And I'm not the biggest Harry Smith fan. I think he's kind of generic, but he's the world champion right now. Melanie Cruz is the women's champion, and they're building up this guy, Lonesome John Bradley, who's the #1 contender. And he's actually pretty good. He seems like he's good on the mic. He, I guess, is a heel, and his finisher is just a broomstick lariat is what they call it. But I do have to say that with Resistance Pro, the women's matches come across as just as important as the men's. They don't just have like the typical Divas Knockouts match. Nothing like that. They actually have real matches with a big roster of women wrestlers. So if you're a fan of that, you should definitely check out Resistance Pro, or at least watch the YouTube video they have. So I thought I would just do like a video on the first episode, which is just kind of getting fans familiar with the storylines, what's happening so far. And it started off with a 6-women match. I think it was first come, last served is what they called it. But it has this girl, Nikki St. John, and she gets the first pin in this 6-women match, and then Melanie Cruz gets the second pin. So at the end, it's just the two of them wrestling each other. Nikki refuses to lay down, even though Melanie Cruz is much bigger than she is. She kicks out of 2 burning hammers, and Melanie wins with a leg drop off the top rope. So it was a pretty good match, and for a 1-hour TV show, I think it's pretty good, especially when you're just trying to get the audience to know what's going on, and they want to put across the women, which I think is a good idea, and it's a cool concept. They play a video package for Jay Bradley. Is that his name? Jay Bradley? I think I called him John Bradley. But Jay Bradley, this was pretty good. Really built him up, beating all these guys, and then we get Vader versus Jay Bradley. Vader pretty much dominates the entire match and then wins with a Vader bomb. Now my only problem with this is Vader going to be a part of Resistance Pro? Because if not, why did he just beat one of your top guys? That doesn't really make any sense to me, but I mean, I guess I'll have to see what happens. I don't know if they're going to be putting these all on YouTube. I assume they are, so hopefully with the next episode they'll go more in depth on that, but it didn't really make sense that Vader would beat one of their top guys. Then we get a Harry Smith video package, and it builds up to this feud he's having with Rhino. Harry Smith beat Rhino in a match. So Rhino, the only way he can get a shot at the Resistance Pro title is to offer up something he holds very near and dear, and that is the original ECW title, because Rhino was the last champion, so he has the belt. So he offers it up. They agree to have a match. Whoever wins gets both belts. Rhino's manager is this heel, Louis Dangerously. Obviously a takeoff of Paul Heyman. And they're really working with the old ECW feel, I guess, with this. Not necessarily a good thing, but it leads to a cage match. They have Jeremy Borash there to announce it. But it's a pretty long match. I thought it was okay. Once again, I'm not the biggest Harry Smith fan. There was one part where Harry Smith has him in a sharpshooter, And then Louis Dangerously comes to try and get in the cage. Oh, and Raven is the referee. So he tries to get into the cage. Raven's distracted, so he's not seeing if Rhino taps or not. And then Harry gets hit with a gore, which he kicks out of. And then Louis Dangerously gets in the ring with Rhino's ECW belt. Raven takes the belt, hits Rhino, Harry covers him, and then wins and joins Raven and Louis Dangerously. Raven puts on the ECW belt, cuts a promo about how he was the greatest ECW champion, he's the one who deserves to have it, and then they all do the Raven pose. This doesn't make any sense, because I don't know, I'm just going by the video packages and this episode and the match, so I don't know anything else. But it doesn't make any sense that if Harry Smith had him in the sharpshooter, why Raven would be distracted by Louis Dangerously. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Second, he joins Raven and Louis Dangerously. They turn on Rhino, I guess. I mean, I kind of understand it. It's the heel turn for Harry Smith. I guess that's better than him just going out there and being a babyface. But yeah, I'm not really sure where they're going to go with that. And I have to say, Raven just, oh my God, please stop dyeing your hair blonde. It looks horrible. It's been bad for years, and it makes him look like 30 years older. It's just not a good look. And I really don't know why Billy Corgan is such a mark for Raven. I mean, I was a huge Raven fan for ECW, WCW, even some TNA stuff. WWE, he was kind of made to look pretty bad. The only thing I can really remember is Chris Jericho calling him Raisin. And it's, I mean, I know he has some good ideas, but if it was my company, I would probably keep him in the back, not put him on TV, because he doesn't look good. And I just think it's a bad start to have a guy like Raven out there, and way too much ECW stuff. Maybe they're just trying to do this to get some exposure, get their name out. That's fine. But if Raven's going to be a bigger part of the show, I would definitely pull back on having him there. If you want to have him for ideas and stuff, I would keep him in the back. But Raven does not need to be on TV anymore. Just watch Extreme Reunion, where he went out there and did absolutely nothing. That show was horrible. So yeah, I would just pull back on that. I'm actually surprised. I think it's really cool that Billy Corgan is such a wrestling fan. And I've known that for a long time. But I don't know how wise it is to start your own promotion. I think it's great for the wrestlers. It's another place to work. But it's really, really hard to make money off of indie wrestling. Damn near impossible. And pretty much every company ends up getting screwed over somehow and just can't make it. And especially with the way everything is, with the economy and stuff, it's an insane idea. But, you know, if he really wants to do it, I think they're off to a good start. They already got TV in Chicago, and since that's where it's based, that's going to bring in more crowds. So I think they're off to a good start, but yeah, I just hope he makes the right decisions with this company, because I would like to see it succeed. And they have had names there, Teddy Hart, Kevin Steen, El Generico, all those guys, so I'm interested for the next episode. So I really just wanted to put this video out there for anyone who didn't know about this company. Maybe they want to check them out. You can watch the first episode on Real Resistance Pro. That's their YouTube channel. So yeah, if it sounds cool, check it out. I hope you guys like this video. Leave your thoughts on the company in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye.